Hey Facebook. Hi, happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? It's Wednesday, yeah. Why am I asking you guys? You don't know. It's Wednesday. I'm Randi Driscoll. This is Randi's Damn Facebook Live, episode 5. We've been doing it 5 nights from Saturday. And we plan to do it till the end of whatever this is going on. And I'm hoping to stick to it. I'm going to try. This is my opportunity to reach out to my community. This is a free event, but I am promoting lots of things. I'm promoting things that are happening in the community, ways that you can help in our community here in Nashville, Tennessee, ways that you can help in your community when people tell me things that are going on in different cities and needs and wants. I'm doing shout outs to sort of bring people together and do happy birthdays and feel betters and get betters. We're just taking this time to be alone together in this new strange world. It's all different. And usually, what is it? 6 o'clock. It's beautiful here in Nashville. The sun came out. It's gorgeous. You feel so much better when there's a little bit of sunshine. And you know, I'm a moody singer-songwriter that likes the rain. God knows I sing about it all the time. But it's really nice when the sun comes up and you get to have some warmth on you. This is just a really strange time. Everyone's navigating new things and new ways to do things. And so my idea is just to sort of reach out to people I love and bring us all together. So here we are, episode 5. And I promise you, I'm getting questions from people, so I'm trying to answer a few of them, which is super fun. One of the questions is why the damn, and I said last night it's not because of the potty mouth. I'm going to tell you that a little bit later in the week, so come back and make sure you tune in every night. We also are archiving these and saving those, so a lot of people are like, oh, I got on really late, it was like 6:30, okay, or 7:30 where you are, no worries, because you can click on it and you can go back to the beginning of the FaceTime Live. And then tonight our goal is to put a bunch of these up on YouTube so that you're able to watch them, so just subscribe to my page and you'll be able to watch them. We've had amazing guests. We have a beautiful guest tonight that I'm super excited to check in with. And of course we have my crew, so that's Andrew McGinnis, my husband, on camera work and audio. You're doing great.
Thank you.
He also warms up the audience,
Yeah.
And it's an audience of 1, and that of course is Skylar Faith. So Skylar, say hi.
Hi.
Okay, so so you may notice that Skylar has even more makeup on today, but that's allowed because we've been doing this thing here when we're doing creative homeschooling, because we've never homeschooled before, but she's been in public school, and of course the schools are closed. So we're doing creative homeschooling, which means that in the morning, Dad and I sort of cover the math and the reading and all of those things. And in the afternoon, we have these fun electives, and so my friends from all over, my amazing circle of friends from all over the country, all over the world, they've been calling in and doing class with Skylar Faith in any sort of discipline, any sort of thing that is their genre, whatever they are really good at. So today we had a professional makeup artist from Los Angeles, California, who is doing social isolation in her apartment in Los Angeles. Donna, or Aunt Donna as we call her, she did a makeup class with Skylar Faith, makeup and hair, and it went really well, and that was hours ago, and she kept it on so that she could be ready for it. It's like one of those talk show audiences where everybody dresses up and looks really good. So I'm feeling really special. Thank you. You look great. What do we have tomorrow? Oh, we have ukulele with Jack. That's amazing. It's at 11, by the way. It's not going to be at 1. He's going to do it a little earlier. So, yeah, ukulele tomorrow. Friday we have a Broadway actress giving Skylar Faith an acting class. Yeah, she doesn't know that yet. Surprise, surprise. I'll tell you later. Oh, what? I know. It's super exciting. It's just because I have a really amazing group of friends that do a lot of incredible things all over. So we've had science and language arts, and we'll have photography and, I don't know, fashion design, whatever. I'm going to just basically hang out and do the classes with her because I figure why not. So, so a couple things I want to go through tonight. The questions that some of y'all had. Thanks for sending in questions. That's fun. And also things that are going on in the world right now. First of all, tonight we're going to start with something sad and a shout out to my dear friend Daniel Aaron Niehoff. He is a Nashville musician. Many of you saw Daniel play on my Facebook page because I've been promoting his stuff, because he was out in California with me a few weeks ago, and we were able to do a house concert. We did the Callahan's house concert, really great show. Daniel is a Kerrville Folk Festival winner and a super great guy, lovely wife. And as if you think the world can't get any crazier and you don't know what's going to happen next, their apartment burned down last night. It was shocking to wake up to this morning when I was scrolling through and seeing all the prayers and love. So he has a GoFundMe set up. The link is on my page. If you scroll down past this, you can find the link and you can see how to help them. They need a lot right now, and the community's really come out to support them. It's a terrible time to be in a situation where something like that has happened to you and you've lost everything, which leads me to, so that's for Daniel. So prayers for you and your beautiful wife, and we will see you. He was scheduled to do it this weekend, and I think we're going to move him so he has a little time to regroup, and we'll hear his beautiful music because he's a wonderful songwriter. We'll hear that later. So then we also have, speaking of that, a lot of people in California have been reaching out to let you know about some of the people that are worried about the homeless crisis that's happening in California. This virus is affecting the homeless community in very different ways. So I'm going to be posting something about that tomorrow on my page too, different ways to help, because even though it's terrible right now, we're all in social isolation and we're not able to really connect with people, but there are still a lot of communities that need help, and there are very specific ways to do it. So that brings me to so I'll post that tomorrow. That brings me to t-shirts. So I went through my closets and my boxes, and I'm finding all great t-shirts from a lot of the different organizations that I've supported over the years and places I've sung. And so some of the times there'll be like a charity that I'm supporting, bracelets, wristbands, things like that. Tonight I'm just wearing my Jersey Shore, not because I'm raising money for the Jersey Shore or the Jersey Shore cast. I imagine they're fine, but I am doing a shout out to Jersey because the news from Jersey is not great. I still have a lot of family there, and it turned out today, I think the latest news is they're the second state leading in infections right now with the virus. I'm not sure if that's fatalities or infections, but I know it's not great news, and I'm very concerned about people. And if you know the East Coast, we're interconnected, especially in our public transit, so it has me concerned. And even though this is supposed to be a great way to celebrate life and to be connected, I also want to shine a little light on what's going on. So this is a shout out to Jersey, Will, Sandra, Gabby. I love you and I miss you. Okay, and then my first song tonight, one of the ways that we're connecting, what's for dinner, someone said. Tonight it's Aunt Lois's Chicken Divan. It's perfect. It's like a casserole. A lot of you know I was vegetarian for years and years, and then when I got pregnant with you, I started eating chicken because my body said to. So it's just like a chicken, broccoli, cheese thing. And it was something that my family used to eat at Aunt Lois's when I was a little girl, and boy, it comes in handy when you're trying to figure out something to do that's going to feed your family for 3 nights. So there you go. Casserole, that's right. Randi Driscoll made a casserole. You're going to hear it beep too in about 30 minutes. That's how I know we're going to have to wrap it up. Okay. One other thing before I sing. Someone was telling me about to review the steps of grief, the stages of grief. And there was an article that I read this morning that I thought might be kind of helpful. We're having a therapist on tomorrow. A really good friend of mine is going to come on and talk a little bit in the beginning about how to sort of deal with what you're feeling, some of your anxiety. I deal with anxiety by talking really fast. So, but I remember this article that I was reading, and it said that if you can, and I know it's not possible, but if you can, a really good thing to do every day is to get out of bed, make your bed, make your bed, and hop in the shower and get dressed if you can. Showers are overrated. I mean, no, they're not, obviously. I took one for you today. Andrew's smiling at me because he took one for you today, even though he's not on camera yet. It's coming. We're working you in. Somebody requested a whistle last night.
Well.
Was that you? Did you text from the other phone?
I can't.
You can't say that.
Deny
right?
or...
Anyway, but I think the point is that if you can try to continue to do something, that keeps you on the path of like a normal pathway, I think that can be sort of helpful. So thanks for the people that reminded me about that article today. Anyway, one of the things we're doing to try to reach out to our friends is Skylar's having virtual play dates. What? So the adults had a play date last night. Hi, Vanessa, Matt, Claire, and Jakey. We had a virtual play date with the adults, which consisted of a Moscow Mule and a lot of conversation about California and Huntington Beach, where we used to live, and Nashville, where we are now. They were really concerned about the tornadoes and then concerned about what was happening here. And then the kids went upstairs and they had a virtual play date upstairs, which is great. We are so grateful for technology, and we're grateful for the instruments that we have to use that. But I got a request, and when, Skylar's, one of Skylar's best little girlfriends asked for a song, I have to say yes. So this tonight is a twofold. It's for, it was written for my little girl, who's not so little anymore, as she was running around my house naked from the waist up with a tutu on. You were, I know, embarrassing, right? I just told everybody. I just told 41 people that you were naked running around. Anyway, I looked at her and I said, I want her to be able to be and do anything that she can do in the world. And if that means she's a philanthropist, she's a scientist, she's a doctor, she's a veterinarian, she's a rock star, she's a princess, she walks on the moon, whatever she wants to do, you can do it. And I mean that. And so tonight, this is for all the little girls and boys out there, any age. And also a little shout out to our guest tonight, who's a beautiful woman who's also changing the world one song at a time. So here we go.
Cinders in a dustpan back behind the oven, stuck inside since midnight, waiting on your spotlight, waiting for your moment, you're waiting for your luck to change. You look into the mirror, you only see the scratches, can't you see the real you? Under all the patches, can't you see the beauty? Free from the hurt and the pain. Sitting all alone when you should be out there dancing, let them see you dancing, dancing right through the rain. Sometimes the ones that matter hurt you the most in the end. If the shoe doesn't fit, don't break the glass trying. If they don't love you back, don't waste your time crying. If they can't see the princess
Skylar was singing along. Woo, 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 you knew it. Let's check in and see who's out there right now. Boston's here. Rai-Rai's here with really cute emojis. I wish this thing would load a little bit faster. It's hard for me. Let me see if I can try to grab it. There. Oh, hey, hey! Hi, Patrick. Hi, everybody. I'm so happy to see you guys. Gio's on. Yay! I'm getting these claps. I love it. Okay, so it is time now to tell you a little bit about our guest, who is here. The timing is really amazing. We have don't go away, we got you. This is so hi! Oh, it's so good to see your beautiful face.
It's good to see you.
So, oh, you can see Skylar, right?
I can.
So in this very, say hi. So in this very high-tech, low-tech operation we've got going there, listen. I know there are other ways to do this. I've seen your Jimmy Fallon. I know. With your Elton Johns and your Lin-Man. Well, okay, I got it. And okay, that's amazing. But I have Natalie Douglas. But what they're doing is amazing. But they're not exactly doing it as live as this is. I mean, you can't just get this kind of anywhere. You can't just get beautiful Natalie Douglas's head on a music stand anywhere, can you? It's kind of like MST. Anyway, I was just about to totally give. I don't know. So I was reading your bio today. I've known Natalie for a while, and I witnessed firsthand the effect she has on audiences with her beautiful singing voice and the way that she's able to interpret a song. But I couldn't even get through the awards because it's like, and then 17,000, macro, 1,400. I mean, it's unbelievable. Let's just say that she is a highly decorated and awarded songstress, okay? Does that sound good? Who has toured all over, bringing her really special brand of music. And I'm going to tell them a little bit about what I know of you, my little window into Natalie Douglas. So I first saw Natalie, I've seen Natalie in New York several times, but our introduction was really through Cast Party with Jim Caruso in New York City. And one of the amazing things about Natalie is she has this ability to take a song by an artist. She does these collection of songs. I'm going to let you talk about that a little bit, but she will do an evening of a song by a particular artist. And these are, artists that we love. And you will hear her introduce a song or something, or know that she's about to sing a song that you have heard 1,000 times, and you can't possibly imagine it interpreted any other way. And then she'll do something to it that makes you weep. And you'll go, oh, well then there's that way too. Yeah, so you're a blessing, and I love what you do. I have great respect for what you do and your art. And so thank you for joining us here tonight on my music stand, live in my music room in Nashville. So first I want to ask you, where are you right now in this, as we're going through this new world, where are you?
Sure, we're back in New York. I was actually in the midst of a California mini tour, and we got the first 3 dates.
Right.
But then it was clear that quarantine was coming, so we actually flew back on the 14th.
Wow.
I was supposed to perform out there on the 15th, but that was postponed. So we've been back at home here in New York in our apartment. My husband venturing out every once in a while to go to the grocery store, and I've gone out a couple of times. But mostly we're here in the apartment entertaining each other, mostly.
Mostly. What do you mean? It isn't just like show tune after show tune, like, can I have a coffee? I mean, that's just when you sit here in New York City, that's what we assume is going on. Yeah.
He sings more than I do around the house, mainly making up words and singing to the cat.
I mean, at this point, that's what you can do. So you're in New York. Can you tell us, so we've been checking with people from all over, Ohio, California, Pittsburgh. I'm just wondering, what is it, I mean, you're inside your house, but what are you sensing on those brief times that you do go out? Give us a little sense of what it's like, because all over the country, we're just keep hearing the news, which is really scary that New York is frightening. And a lot of people I know have not ever even been to New York, so it's hard for them to understand what it means when you say something like Broadway is closed. People don't even understand what that means.
Things are happening that are unprecedented.
Right.
Like Broadway's closed.
Right.
I mean, that doesn't happen.
Right.
Show must go on and all. But, for all of us who practice these art forms that require crowds to gather,
right,
that means that, we can't
right.
do it.
Right.
So that's weird. And it's weird that things are closed.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes.
But essential things are open. The grocery store is open. The pharmacy is open. You know, I heard from somebody yesterday that Magnolia Cupcakes, the bakery is open.
Essentials. I mean, at least, you know, I mean, please don't take that away.
Liquor stores are open.
Essentials again. Yes. Yes.
Essentials.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
yeah.
you know, people can get the things that they need. And from what I've seen, a lot of people are going out of their way to be kind and to, you know, give people space, try and monitor our distance from one another when we pass in the aisles at the supermarket. But, you know, you've been here, you're from here.
Yes.
They're 6 feet apart doesn't exist
Right.
in the aisles
Right.
at most supermarkets.
Right.
So,
Right.
so, you know, it's modified.
Right.
And I guess I haven't been to the park, but I've heard that people who are going to the park, taking their kids or their dogs or whatever to the park, have seen some people who seem to be ignoring it. I haven't seen that.
Right.
But, you know, I've heard that. I hope not for their sake.
Me too. I'm trying
and for the people around them. I have several friends who are riding it out at home.
Yes.
You know, they have the symptoms. They have everything that would require them, and under normal circumstances, they might be tested. But because they're not so ill, they have to be hospitalized. They're riding it out at home. You know, and some of them have gotten tests. And you know, into week 2, found out, yeah, that's right, you have COVID-19.
Yep.
But so we're all going to be touched by it. There's no way not to be.
I agree.
And there's no way to be cavalier about it. But it's also, you know, we're not helping anyone if we panic.
Right.
We're not helping anyone if we imagine worst case scenario constantly. Right. And you know me, I'm like a news junkie, so I'm tuning in and reading.
I know you are.
You know, and my poor husband occasionally just says, no, I can't. You look at it and you tell me about it later.
Yeah.
Tell me the part I need to know. You know.
It's hard. It's hard to disengage, but it's important. It is important to have those times where you turn it all off. And I'm happy to hear you say that you find that most people are respectful of what's going on. I mean, I feel like at this stage of the game, if there's anyone that doesn't believe this is quite serious, then I'm not sure how to explain it any further. And I know for New Yorkers, that is just not something. I mean, I was just there like a month and a half ago, and I mean, the restaurant I went to, someplace I'd never gone before, right in Midtown, and I have been to New York a lot. I lived there for 2 years. I have never been in a restaurant where the tables were so close together. This was not family style. This was just like, there you are and there you are. It was insane. Yeah. But I mean, this is just public transportation, the whole thing. It's just not something New Yorkers do. So it is quite shocking when you see the pictures of no one on the streets. But I mean, it's also, New Yorkers are beautiful, resilient people, and they love deeply. So it's amazing too. So, and on that note, so I did know she was in, so for my San Diego people out there, I see a bunch of you online. Hi, San Diego. She did a show. Were you able to do martinis? Yeah, were you able to do martinis? Did that show happen? Yes.
Yeah, that show happened.
Yeah. Because I told a few of my friends I think they were going to catch you. Yes, good. Okay, so that happened. Fun room.
We had a blast. That was the Roberta Flack show. So
see, that was her Roberta Flack show.
Love singing that material, and we had a nice crowd. Even though the day we got there was some sort of scare. I guess an AT&T employee who worked at more than one store had just been tested positive. So there was the owners there, whom I adore, told me right before we went on that like there'd been an announcement half an hour before showtime that you know the AT&T customers might be affected if they had been in such and such a store. Right. So there was a little bit of panic, you know. But we had a crowd, and they were lovely. Yeah, San Diegans are great. It was a real treat. I mean, it was the first week of March. It was as this was creeping up. Right. You know, when we got on the plane to fly out, we had extra hand sanitizer and extra wipes and, you know, all that kind of stuff to sort of attack our little area on the plane, our seats and our tables. And we were aware of it when we got there. It was not, nobody had said anything about social distancing yet, obviously, otherwise it wouldn't have had shows. nobody had said anything about travel being curtailed.
Exactly, but you're just figuring it out. You're just kind of getting the vibes. Exactly.
And I was aware that the White House had been, that the information was out there. And I had read some of the information myself, so I knew what we were facing, but I didn't know whether we would actually wind up facing it or not.
And you did, and you then canceled San Francisco, right? That was the
we did San Diego on the 5th, and then we did Palm Springs on the 6th, both of which were amazing and fabulous, and I loved it. And towns I loved. And then LA, which is my hometown, another town I love, we did that on the 8th. And that was also that was the Joni Mitchell show. It was so much fun, oh my God.
Getting this? That was the Joni Mitchell show.
My favorite people were able to come to that.
Yeah.
But that was the first time that we got a lot of cancellations.
Yes.
And that was the 8th.
Yeah.
And then I was supposed to do a show up north, just outside San Francisco, at Orinda Theater Company, which I love them all. That one was canceled. That was scheduled for the 15th. And by the time we flew up to San Francisco on the 11th, it was pretty clear. We discussed it and realized we were going to have to postpone.
Yep. So on that note, this is a good segue for me to then ask. So I always preface this every night where we understand everyone is struggling, and this is a really interesting time in history because I was talking to a friend of mine the other night, and we were saying that you have so much empathy for someone because we're all going through this. It's not like you can say, I lost my job. I mean, I lost my job too. This is very difficult.
Yeah.
So, but having said that, if there are some people out there that would like to get your music or would like to sort of tip you out or something, do you have a Patreon or is your music online? Just tell us, because even if not now, if they're not able to stream you now, they can obviously stream your music, but if they're not able to pay for it right now, maybe when this is all over, they'll say, I really fell in love with Natalie Douglas and I want to get her stuff. So tell us a way that we can sort of, help you out. What do you got, sister? Tell me.
I have Venmo, of course, but
Great.
I have downloads available on my website.
Beautiful.
So you can go to nataliedouglas.com and there's a music page.
Beautiful.
And on that page you can get any of the songs or any of the 3 albums that I've released so far.
Beautiful.
And also iTunes, and Amazon you can get physical copies.
Yes.
If that's your bag.
Yeah.
God bless all of you that still like physical copies, because I travel with them, and we just came back from California with half of what we took.
Yes, right. That's what I always say. Yeah. I've got merch. Don't worry, I've got merch. Yeah.
For that moment when, and it does happen occasionally, when we were in London the first time and the second time, I think, we sold out of everything. Yay! So there was plenty of room for me to buy shoes and stuff.
Yeah. Oh!
That's awesome. Shoes and hot chocolate,
Yes.
My husband just stuck his head in front
Hi,
of me.
honey.
Hi, honey. They're saying, waving hi. To say, and I have tons of videos on YouTube.
Yes, perfect, great. So absolutely, and you have tons of time to watch it. So watch her videos on YouTube.
Nothing else to do.
Okay.
I got Natalie Douglas YouTube cable.
Okay, great, awesome. So this is Natalie Douglas. So now, so I'm doing this with everyone that's stuck in their apartments or their homes or wherever they might be. Last night, Dave was in some random apartment that wasn't even his. And I was like, can you do something for us? And he was like, I literally have a cello. I was like, yes, let's do. Good thing he's really amazing at that cello. But would you, I know it's crazy, but would you possibly sing something for our audience? Because you can't see it, but I can read it over Andrew's shoulder. We are getting a lot of requests for that, and people that don't know you, some of my friends from California, would love to hear you. So really anything that you might be moved to do, even if it's just sort of, okay, I would love that.
Sure. Well, I was thinking about it since, we first talked and you suggested it, and I don't have an instrument in my home, so I can sing something a cappella, and I was trying to think what to do, and nothing kind of, so, and then I thought of kind of the perfect thing, since you guys live in Nashville now. My mom used to sing a song to me when I was a little kid. And my mom taught me to sing when I was 4. So yay,
Mom!
So, but I thought, I could sing that because I know, you know how when you have to sing a cappella, you have to sing something you know. You know, like you really know.
Yeah, you really know.
Not something where you kind of know. So this I know. So let's see. I don't think I've ever done this, but I mean a cappella. But let me see. Okay. I was dancing with my darling to the Tennessee Waltz when an old friend I happened to see introduced her to my darling, and while they were waltzing, my friend stole my sweetheart from me. I remember the night and the Tennessee Waltz. Now I know just what I have lost. See, I lost my little darling the night they were playing the beautiful Tennessee Waltz. Or something like that.
Yeah!
And so he realized that since those are the kind of songs that my mother sang to me, it's no wonder that at 7 years old, I loved a torch song.
Oh, and you just kept doing it. You just stuck with it and doing really, really well. Oh, I love listening to you sing.
Crazy.
It's not very often that I am in a room where you're singing that I honestly don't cry. They're just beautiful interpretations of songs. Yeah, really beautiful interpretations. And it's not an easy thing to do because, especially nowadays when everybody covers everything, you know?
Yeah.
So when this comes back, what do you think your next show will be? Like, who do you love to do? I mean, you know what's going to happen. You got a gazillion hearts when that was happening, all the hearts flying up, and then somebody private messaged me, is she going to do Joni? I mean, I'm not going to ask for an encore, but if you want to do a line of it, can we do like 2 lines? Somebody messaged me, so I mean, listen, it's not me. 2 lines of Joni.
Okay. Wait. I can't think of anything to do. My brain is okay. All right. I woke today and found the frost perched on the ground. It hovered in a frozen sky and gobbled summer down. When the snow went blah blah.
You just got. I love.
My favorite songs: Urge for Going, Little Green. I'm a Joni freak. Come on.
Yeah. Well, so she does a whole show of it. It's not just one song. So what she'll do is she'll do a collection of someone's music.
Yes.
So when do you?
We started this series at Birdland in the summer of 2017.
Yay!
And yay, Birdland! And I'm there once a month, and I do a different tribute show, a different artist every month.
Such a great idea. Such a good idea.
Here, my husband just ran.
Oh, yay! Woo! So Ella, look at that. So those were the Okay, so probably maybe April and May. We don't know yet, right? We're not sure.
Exactly.
Right?
We don't know yet. March obviously passed, and we didn't get to do it.
And
so we'll see what happens. I mean, I have bookings into November, but I don't know which ones we're gonna get to actually do for you.
Yes.
I was supposed to be in Chicago next month, but that's gonna be in October now. I'm supposed to be in London in September. Fingers crossed that that's
still yes, that would be great.
I was supposed to do Tucson in July and San Francisco again in June. So we're just hoping that those things come through. And I'm going to be doing some teaching this summer in July, a master class, which I'm really excited about.
Awesome.
So there are a bunch of things I can't wait to do.
So we're just crossing fingers, basically, for all of it. Yeah, we're just crossing fingers right now. Well, exactly. I love you. I love your shows. I love everything that you put together. It's so good to see you too. That's what I said. This is completely selfish because I'm just basically calling my friends and being like, "Are you okay? Wait, hold on. I'm going to put you on the air. Hold on." So check her out. Check out her YouTube. And if this is going on in a month or two, will you come back and do it again? Because I'm going to need more Natalie.
Yeah. We have a million things to chit chat about.
Yes, we do.
Because
and I'm trying to get Natalie to Nashville too. That is going to happen because
well, we're trying to work something out because there's a label there that we're talking to.
Yay! Talk to label. Yes, do the talking.
Trying to make it happen so I can come there and do some recording and, you know, also do some singing.
Awesome. I love
Because
it.
we were there for a day when you guys were in, I think you guys were in.
We swap
California
posts all the time.
the
We
day
always
that we were in Nashville.
miss each
Yeah,
other.
which makes
It's
perfect
so
sense,
weird.
of course. And so, you know, we went to a couple bars and heard people singing live.
Yeah.
And it was just so great.
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
great.
such an amazing town.
It
Like,
is. And
it's
all
really cool.
and so what's funny is our Broadway, you know, you've got your Broadway, we have our Broadway, and our Broadway is quiet now too, which is really shocking. On any given night, you know, the windows are open and there are just hundreds of singers and musicians doing their thing, and that's not the case right now. Well, I'm so glad you were here. We adore you. Keep going, follow her music, and then I'm going to ask you 3 questions right now that I'm asking everyone, okay? All right, here we go. So the first question is, what do you think during this time of social isolation and, you know, distancing and being, you know, in your apartment, what do you think has been the hardest part about doing this?
Boy, I think it's just the niggling worry in the back of your mind, like, you know, how long is this going to go on? How many people I love are going to be affected? How many people, even people I don't know, but, you know, just people going through loss. I mean, one of the things about Facebook and Instagram and Twitter is we're connected to a lot of people that we don't necessarily know personally, or we met once, you know, we're acquaintances, but we see them or see their activity on a daily basis. And so people you don't necessarily know really well are in your life in this way. And when you hear about their losses, you know, that's just heartbreaking. So I think it's just that's kind of vague fear. It's not like you know, it would be one thing if you knew exactly what, or if any of us knew exactly what we were facing, how long it was going to go on, God forbid, how many people we were going to lose, and we could like sort of buckle down and power through it, you know, and give each other support and give each other love, and instead we're all just kind of, you know, and I think that's the worst thing.
That's
for me.
I feel you, and yes. Okay, so then on the flip side of that, what do you think, if there is a silver lining, what do you think would be the best thing about this time of social isolation and sort of being alone?
Well, I think this is kind of a double-edged sword, but I think the best thing is that all of those things that we all never have time to do when we're home, and we're just like, oh, we'll do that later, you know, whatever it is, taxes or filing or organizing your clothes or your shoes, or, you know, or just like laying around on the couch and watching all the episodes of The Flash.
Right.
You know, which is something I do because I'm weird. Or, you know, gee, I haven't watched all the Doctor Who in a while.
Oh, you're getting hearts for that, by the way. People are loving that. Yeah.
Don't start. And so I think it's a good thing in that there's nowhere to go. You can't. So you don't have to say, oh well, I'll do it later. But now you don't have an excuse not to do it.
Right. Exactly.
So that's the best part.
There was a funny meme today, and it said, "Oh, all the time that I was like, you know, something like, oh, and I never had time to do housework before." Well, apparently that wasn't the problem, you know. Right? Like, Well, I agree. I agree, though. And you have a, you know, I do keep on top of your Facebook, and I love how you are always, you know, very aware of what's happening in the world, and you have a really, you know, great way of sharing what's important. I respect you for that. I know it's in your blood. I know that you're a real champion of social change and awareness. So I know that this affects my artist friends just like the rest of the world, and I'm always interested to hear. And it's not just artists we're having. You know, we do have some other people coming on as guests, but it's interesting to hear your perspective, you know, on things that we're all going through. I think it's really important. So then the last one is a great question. I can't wait. I love asking everyone this one. What would you say you've learned through this time, what we're going through right now? What have you learned?
Oh, that's interesting. Well,
I did my parody song.
My husband just volunteered.
Yeah.
How wonderful his parody song.
Billy.
Oh, wow.
I love
I love him.
Okay, but no. Okay, all right. That wouldn't be number one.
Number one, of course, is that. Honestly, sadly, I think number two is just how willfully blind some people will be. I mean, I'm a black woman in America. I know what this country is like. I know how we are. I know what we're capable of, for good and for ill.
Right.
And I did not think I could be surprised any longer, especially after the 2016 election. But being on social media, in particular Twitter, I'm really active on Twitter. It's the number of people who refuse to see this as a problem, or at least they're posting that. Maybe they're just trolling.
Right.
Maybe they're totally socially isolating, and they're doing all the things they're supposed to do, but they're just complaining about it and talking like they're not going to.
Right.
Maybe they're bots, maybe they're trolls. I don't know, but that is a thing I really was shocked.
It's
by
surprising to you.
day.
It's surprising to you. You're
that was
having
surprising.
yeah.
So in terms of that,
I think honestly that surprised a lot of people. I think a lot of people, and I think that we all try to have compassion and try to look and think, why would someone not? But and everyone has their own reasons. But
as I said, I mean, Black in America, my compassion has limits. So I'm not like. There are some things I'm totally willing to try and understand where you're coming from. There are some things I'm just not.
No,
we're just not.
And things that jeopardize a person's life, those are not negotiable, non-negotiable.
Yeah, we're just
issues,
not
right,
going to have that conversation.
And that, but go ahead.
No, but I think I'm learning stuff about myself constantly because I was raised an only child. I didn't know I was adopted until much later in my life, and so I didn't know I had siblings. So I like alone time. I like time to read. I like time to just think my own thoughts and journal and all of that. So I have learned how little of it I've been giving myself lately. Mm-hmm. I've been so busy, and we're all so busy, and understandably, but over the last 10 days or whatever it's been, I lose track. It's who knows what day it is. Yeah. I realized that I have not been giving myself enough of that. That I've been shortchanging myself in terms of just spending 2 hours reading and not doing anything else. Not answering phone calls in the middle of it, not getting up and writing emails, not doing marketing things, not learning songs. Seriously, just reading for 2 hours.
And that's okay. And you're allowed to have some you time, and we don't know how much more you time we're gonna have, but we need to feel okay in whatever this new world looks like. So, so I want to thank you for joining us, always for speaking your mind and speaking your truth, and in everything that you do. And I love that about you. And I hope this is over quickly for all of our sakes, but so that I can get back to New York quickly and see you sing and do one of your amazing shows. We will check you out online. And Billy, keep doing those parodies. I want to hear them. In fact, I'm penciling him in for a week from, he's just going to be the guest and he's going to do those.
I will videotape one of them.
Would you please? Okay, I need that in my life right now. I need a little in my life. I do. All right. Well, I love you. Please stay safe in New York, and thank you for sharing your gift. You have to come back because I've got requests. I'm not joking. People are now requesting. They figure this is just, you're here. Why not? It's a new world. I can just ask Natalie to sing on my voicemail. It's fine. All right. I love you. Stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Okay. Bye, sweetheart. So that was Natalie Douglas. She is obviously incredible. These are amazing interviews because we don't rehearse them. We just go live. I'm amazed at the people that are checking in, people from Florida, people from, hi Larry Mitchell, so many friends, New Jersey's in the house, so you're excited, yes, New Jersey's in the house, I don't know, it's just, this is a whole new thing, and so, I got requests today for some old music, and I am going to fulfill that promise tomorrow or the next night. Tomorrow we have a beautiful guest from San Diego. She's a diva. I'm not going to tell you anything more. You can figure it out if you want. So please check in. And then we also have a friend that's coming on who's going to talk a little bit about the stress that you're feeling. She's a therapist, and she's got some fun things that you can do to try to, ease our minds at this time. So I was doing one song for the first night, and then the second night I added a song. This is a song that I performed a couple years ago. I'm picking stuff that I've never done too, or that I've only done once in my life. But it's stuff that my spirit is moving me to sing. So this is something that I sang at Chalice UU. Hi, Chalice. We had Dave Egger on last night, beautiful cellist who is performed with Five for Fighting. This is a Five for Fighting song, and I just think it's right for right now. So I'm going to sign off with this right now before my casserole burns.
There was a man back in 95 whose heart ran out of summers. But before he died, I asked him, what's the sense in life? Come over me, come over me, he said. Son, why you gotta sing that tune? Catch a Dylan song or eclipse of the moon. Let an angel swing, it'll make you swoon. Then you will see, yeah, you will see. Then he said, here's a riddle for you. Find the answer. There's a reason for the world. You and I
love you, Sky.
picked up my kid from school today. Did you learn anything? 'Cause in the world today you can live in a castle far away. Now talk to me, come talk to me. He said, Dad, I'm big, but we're smaller than small. In the scheme of things, yeah, we're nothing at all. Still every mother's child sings a lonely song. Come play with me, come play with me. And hey there, here's a riddle for you. Find the answer. There's a reason for the world. You and I said, son, for all I've told you, when you get right down to it, there's a reason for the world. Who am I? There are secrets that we still have left to find. There have been mysteries since the beginning of time. And there are answers we're not wise enough to see. He said, you're looking for a clue. I love you free. A batter swings and the summer flies as I look into my angel's eyes. Song plays on while the moon is high. Over me, it's over me. Well, I guess we're big and I guess we're small. If you think about it, man, yeah, we got it all. 'Cause we're all we've got on this bouncing ball. And I love you free, I love you free. And I say, here's a riddle for you. Find the answer. There's a reason for the world. You and I. Here's a riddle for you. Find the answer. There's a reason for the world. You and I.
Good night. And remember, your vibe attracts your tribe, and I have a lovely tribe. Thanks for listening. We'll be back tomorrow, 6 o'clock, for a little love, peace, and community. Thank you, Natalie Douglas. Stay safe. New York, New Jersey, California, everywhere. Stay safe. Stay inside. We're better together alone. Love you. Night, night.